some people's guides are animals. As you can see behind me, there's a cat. that's our house pet here at work, actually. Um, she wants to say hello. That's cute. Perfect timing, Sassy. So animal guides, sometimes they're actual real animals, like the cat. I have a cat at home. Her name is May, and she's kind of an animal guide of mine, which is kind of cool. Sometimes they're literally spirit animals. Now this kind of comes from the Native American tradition of animal spirit guides. But, anybody can have one of these. Like I said, some people don't deal well with people face to face. They deal better with animals. And so they'll have an animal guide. I know people that have wolves, that have horses, that have chipmunks. I had a friend that had a chipmunk. It was adorable. Snakes, lizards, salamanders, frogs. Just anything. If you can think of the animal, somebody out there has that as an animal guide. Animal guides, you could have an eagle. I have a friend that has an ostrich. Kind of interesting when you can see a guide and here's this ostrich walking around behind your friend. I have a friend that has a hummingbird. They can be bugs, butterflies, praying mantises, ants, I have a friend that has a bat, like creepy kind of Batman kind of bat. Yeah, I have friends that have salmon as their animal guide, or a dolphin, or a whale, or a crocodile, or, I personally have had a coyote, a wolf, a red-tailed hawk, and a cat now. And I had a friend tell me I had a butterfly and a dolphin as well. Animal guides are here for their calming presence, for, and they tell you that when you pet your dog or your cat, that your stress level goes down, that your heart rate goes down, that your blood pressure goes down. It's a calming effect. That's the point of them. They calm you down, they make you feel safe, it gives you something to pet, something to cuddle, gives you something to talk to, because animals are really good listeners. They are such good listeners. I suggest that if you have an animal guide and you're not sure why you have, an octopus or something, try looking up in an animal totem guide as to what the life lesson is. I had a friend who had a bear for the longest time, this mama bear, and she was all like, I don't understand why I have a bear. I hate bears. Bears creep me the heck out. I don't like bears. Why do I have a bear? And it wasn't so much that she was supposed to learn to like bears. It wasn't about that. It was a mama bear. And she was a mom of 2 kids that had just recently gone through a divorce. And so here she is, she's got these 2 kids, and mama bears only usually have 2 cubs at the most, and she needed to learn that mama bear protective energy, where the mama bear can do it all on her own. She doesn't need the papa bear. She's the mama bear, and she can take care of these cubs all by herself. So, they're here to teach us certain lessons.
You've got a text.
Things like that. It's good. It's good to have an animal guide. They're quiet, they're peaceful, they guide by showing you the way, and being comforting. Some of them are protective. I remember my wolf, protecting me from, the bad things in my bedroom and stuff when I was little, So, I also just remembered. Yeah, I also had a pink elephant. Yeah, sometimes your animal guides come in like not normal colors, that's okay. That's an okay thing. Just means that they're, kind of unique. Most of the time they're like ones when we were little kids and thinking, oh, a pink elephant would be cool, or a purple spotted yellow giraffe, which I also had. You know, animal guides come the most to kids because kids love animals. They love the zoo. They love petting and cuddling furry, fuzzy, scaly, crawly, whatever things. So, animal guides work really great with kids. They work really great with people with disabilities because, again, they're in that like kind of mindset that the calm, comforting, not necessarily a fellow human being makes sense to them. So animal guides they're really cool too. Do not discount that an animal guide is any less good than a human being guide. It doesn't work like that. It's what the individual needs in their life. Okay, so another kind of guide is the mythical animal or person kind of guide. So these kind of guides are really interesting. Okay, they can be mermaids, they can be dragons. I've got a friend that has a griffin. My husband actually has a dragon. So unicorns, Pegasus, some combination of the two, where you've got the unicorn horn and the wings for Unisys, which is really cool. We're talking, elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, hobbits, whatever you want to call them, treantants. Those are cool. Those are the actual walking, talking, animated trees, like Treebeard in Lord of the Rings. Yeah. I mean, honestly, any kind of mythical creature you can think of, that can be an animal guide too. We're finding there's this new age of kids, this new group of kids that's coming around. They're not indigo, they're not crystal, they're this new cool thing. They have these guides that are just like epic cool. So like for whatever reason, they have a griffin or they have a dragon. Now, these big epic presences, okay, we'll call them that, presences with these kids or with people that have these kinds of guides, they're very, very protective. They are very knowledgeable. They're very wise. They're very old. I have my friend that has the griffin. I mean, this thing is like an ancient old griffin that like hangs out and protects him, and they go for rides in the astral plane, and they do all these great things. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it's really cool. My husband, who has a dragon, the dragon helps him with forging items, energy items, which, you'd think a dragon's like really cool at that. Like, they can breathe their fire and all, and it helps in forging items. Mermaids, they sing, they're of the water. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful things. I mean, anyone that has a mythic guide, it's a very cool experience. To be able to actually talk to a unicorn and have them help you, or to walk up to this great big hulking dragon, be like, hey, I need some help. Can you help me? It's very cool. And these kids and these people that have them, they've had them for ages. They've had them since they were little. And so this is just normal, walking up to this huge dragon. It's not a big deal. Okay? Mythic guides are cool. Okay? Doesn't mean that your guide, if it's not a mythic guide, is any less cool. Okay? Again, there is no hierarchy of guides. There isn't. There's really not. Most people think, oh, there's a hierarchy of guides. Like, I've got a mythic one, so that's like cooler than your little, otter over there. No, Mm-mm, that's not how that works. Let me reemphasize. This is about what the person needs. This is about what that person is most comfortable with. There are people out there that would be more comfortable talking to a dragon than they would, their great grandmother, just because of who they are and what they're here to do. A lot of people that have mythic guides, like, they just kind of have these mythic things in their head. They write a lot of stories, they write a lot of fantasy. We're talking like ones that like fairies, are like obsessed with mermaids, are obsessed with fantasy worlds and things. I actually have two mythic guides. One is what I call a Unisys, which is a unicorn Pegasus. Horn of a unicorn, wings like a Pegasus. And he's solid black. He's gorgeous, honestly, with a gold mane and tail and a gold horn and hooves. He's very epic cool. Okay? I also have a dragon who is white with silver and purple. Mythic guides are there for when you need them, for a lot of creativity, a lot of protection. If you're in astral travel, boy, do they come in handy for traveling. Or if you get in a kind of scary big fight. I mean, it's nice to have that kind of firepower behind you. Yeah, so, I mean, mythic guides are pretty awesome. They all have their own languages, but the cool thing is that you will always understand them, because they're your guide. There's no language barrier, which is really nice.